Welcome to Module 4, Social Proof. I'm going to run through this relatively quickly because there is a lot of content to get through and a lot of this stuff is implementation. Social Proof, we're going to go through why it matters, guide to getting more engagements, and the 5-step formula for getting recommendations. I'm really just giving you the core basics that you can implement right away rather than bombarding you with stuff that's really just going to, it's going to water down how well you do these key things, which are really the biggest part of social proof, and that's recommendations, endorsements, and building the right kind of network. All right, I'd like to start with Eminem, who's my favourite musician or rap artist. The reason that I'm starting with him is because the audience there is very much, in my mind, what it's like on a raving, social media page, like a really awesome LinkedIn profile, for example. Because if you're in that crowd, let's say you went there because your friend had a spare ticket and really wanted to go, but didn't want to go on their own. They twisted your arm and convinced you to go to Eminem, or maybe your 12-year-old son really wanted to go, and so you took him along. It's very hard not to get into the energy that's in the room because everybody is so crazy about this particular artist that paid a lot of money to be there that it creates this herd mentality, and you just want to get into it. I remember going to a Ben Harper concert when I was 14, 15 and had never really listened to him before and was a raving fan the next day, and it's just because of the environment that I was thrown in. And so on LinkedIn, people can, first of all, you can explain who you are and all of the things that make you fantastic as a professional, but the beauty of social media is that other people could do that for you, and you don't have to be the cocky guy that goes, "Oh, I'm great," and everyone's going, "Yeah, right." You can actually be that person that's modest and has all your clients doing it for you. So if you have a page full of recommendations, endorsements, you've got some great connections in key people like if you're in politics and you're connected with President Obama, for example, that kind of thing, key people of influence does help to build your credibility, being members of the right groups and that kind of thing. So that's the concept behind social proof. So it's proof socially that you're good at what you do. You'll notice that websites become less and less popular over the next few years, and the reason for that is they don't have social proof. FIFO is on a mission to solve this, and what it does is it turns websites into social media pages. So when somebody buys, and a good example is Expedia, it's one of their biggest clients in Australia. When you use Expedia, you get sent a quick survey, and whether your feedback's good or bad, it will be displayed on Expedia's website. They can't delete it. So it's pretty much like putting your brand out there in the open and letting the public control it. Because if you think about it, all of the other review sites, the owner of the profile is the business. So they can delete negative stuff, they can bump it down, they can do whatever they like. But this is really getting a lot of traction just because it's really putting your name out there. So hats off to people like Expedia. FIFO, by the way, is a client of ours. Fantastic business, based out of the UK and expanding now in the US and in Australia. If you want to have a free trial, get in touch. I think the monthly fee once you pass the free trial is around a few $100 or something like that. So if you're confident that your customers will write positive stuff, I highly encourage you to look into this one. Why is social media becoming more important than your website? Well, we've already mentioned a whole bunch of reasons, but let me give you another one. When you search for your name on Google, what comes up number one? If you don't know, try it, find out, and that might help to answer the question. This is your basic social proof checklist. So if you grab a pen and paper and write this down, build a network of key people of influence, get endorsements. Best way to do that is to endorse other people. That explains why you may get a lot of endorsements from people that you don't know. Recommendations, ask for recommendations, and in the content of the course, you'll see that there's actually a formula for doing that, where we help to draft recommendations up for people, and we have a formula for doing that as well. Projects, create projects because you can tag people in projects, which means you show up on their profile. Publications are pretty much like blogs, articles, anything like that. Groups, obviously, these are the real basic. And this is skills and endorsements, obviously. You would have all seen this box by now. I'd encourage you to fill it up. A lot of people say that, well, you don't need to fill it up, but there's enough keywords out there, enough different variations for most different professions that I think it's worthwhile having more on there. Okay, Okay, so remember, add skills and arrange them in in order of importance. Remember the law of reciprocity, if you can pronounce it correctly. And what that means is if you endorse other people, they're likely to endorse you back. Move your skills to the top of your LinkedIn page. You can rearrange your profile so you want your skills to be directly below your summary and above your experience. So directly below your summary and above your experience. The reason being is when they read your summary, as we've already been through in the previous module, then they get backed up with a little social proof and they see that box, full of endorsements. And keep your quality high and relevant. Don't connect with people that aren't relevant to your target market or not good at high quality, I guess, in your view. Recommendations. So a lot of people get them from their friends and family, a little brother, staff members, colleagues. I'd encourage you to resist the temptation to go down the easy route and actually get real clients and people that your clients will relate to. Obviously, if you're getting family and they've been along to have used your service, and that's fine, but do make an effort to get the other ones as well. There's nothing worse than just having the one there that's your brother that worked with you 5 years ago because you're his brother. It doesn't actually do your brand any justice at all. Always customize the message when you're asking for recommendations. Never just send out the automated message. There's nothing worse than if someone thinks you haven't put any time and effort into thinking about it. And always offer to draft something up, help them out with it. Send them a link to our YouTube channel, which has step-by-step exactly where to go to click on the recommendations link. Okay, so this is the 6 tips to getting recommendations. So just jot those down. So you should be starting to get an idea of the ethics on LinkedIn. By the way, these are all in the content of these are sort of things that you could be thinking about as an advanced user of social media.